entitled Mother Yashoda Binds Lord Krishna. This is one of my favorite pastimes. I love talking about it, hearing about it, and then yes, having a dialogue about it. It's beautiful. It's just amazing. Uh, we'll read translations from 1 to 6, and I would also want to recite some verses, which is not part of today's verse, but still, we'll just recite it. It's just beautiful. It's very poetic also. It is chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Yes, it is. It is chapter 9. You are right. You just go down. No. 1. Yes. Prabhu.
Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued, one day when Mother Yashoda saw that all the maid servants were engaged in other household affairs, she personally began to churn the yogurt. While churning, she remembered the childish activities of Krishna, and in her own way she composed songs and enjoyed singing to herself about all those activities.
Dressed in a saffron yellow sari with a belt tied about her full hips, Mother Yashoda pulled on the churning rope, laboring considerably, her bangles and earrings moving and vibrating, and her whole body shaking. Because of her intense love for her child, her breasts were wet with milk. Her face, with its very beautiful eyebrows, were wet with perspiration, and Malati flowers were falling from her hair.
While Mother Yashoda was churning butter, Lord Krishna, desiring to drink the milk of her breast, appeared before her. And in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, he caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning.
Mother Yashoda then embraced Krishna, allowed him to sit down on her lap, and began to look upon the face of the Lord with great love and affection. Because of her intense affection, milk was flowing from her breast. But when she saw that the milk pan on the oven was boiling over, she immediately left her son to take care of the overflowing milk. Although the child was not yet fully satisfied with drinking the milk of her mother's breast.
Being very angry and biting his reddish lips with his teeth, Krishna, with false tears in his eyes, broke the container of yogurt with a piece of stone. Then he entered a room and began to eat the freshly churned butter in a solitary place.
Yes.
Mother Yashoda.
What? I gave him my tongue.
That's okay. Come on. Calm down. Okay. Not everyone is reciting. You recite this verse. 1 and 2.
Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued.
No. Reciting the verse. Sanskrit. Shri Shuka Vacha Ekagrahadasishu Yashodananda Gehini Karmantara Niyuktashu Nirmamanthaya Swayam Dadhi Yani Yani Hagitani Tadbala Sharitani Cha Dadi Nirmanthane Kale Smaranti Tanya Agyata. Now we'll go to verse 5, which is the original verse. This is just very poetic. If you see, if we just, can you open that verse? Word to word is also very beautiful. Ekada Grahadasishu. So Ekada means one day, like once upon a time. And Grahadasishu. Grahadasishu means maid servants of, all maid servants of the house. And Yashoda Nanda Gehini. Yashoda, who is queen of Nand Maharaj. And then Karmantara Niyuktashu. Karmantara means, yes, Niyuktashu means she took it by herself. Being engaged, she was engaged like that. Nirma Mantha Swayam Dadhi. So she was churning what? Dadhi, yogurt, personally. And then second part of the verse is very good, and that is my favorite. Yani ha Geetani. So what she was doing? Singing. Singing about what? Tad Bala Charitani Cha. So Bala Charitani means the activities of actually childish activities, not childhood, childish activities. Dadhi Nirmanthane Kale. Yes, then while churning the yogurt. Smaranti Tanya Agayata. So remembering in the form of songs, Agatya chanted, yes. We'll come back to this, but we'll go to the original verse, which is verse 5. No. Tamankamarudamayatstanam Snehasnutam sasmitam ekshati mukham atrartam utsrajam javena sayav Utishtyamane payasitva adhrite. Okay. Prabhu? Tanankamarudamapayayatstanam Snehasnutam sasmitam ikshati mukham Atriptamutsrajajavena sayayav Utsrijyamane payasi tvam adrishte. Tamankamarudamapayayatsanam Snehasnutam sasmitam ikshati mukham Atriptramutsrejajavena sayayav Utsrijyamane payasi tvam adrishte. Tamankamarudamapayayatstanam Snehasnutam sasmitam ikshati mukham Atritramutsrijajavena sayayav Uchishtyamane payasi tvamadrishte. What to what? All together. Tam unto Krishna Ankam Arudam, very affectionately allowing him to sit on her lap. Apayayat, allowed to drink. Stanam, her breast. Snehasnutam, which was flowing because of intense affection. Sasmitam ikshati mukham, Mother Yashoda was smiling and observing the smiling face of Krishna. Atriptam, Krishna, who was still not fully satisfied by the drinking of the milk, Utsrijya, putting him aside, Javena, very hastily, Sa, Mother Yashoda, Yayu, left that place, Uttishcha Mane Payasi, because of seeing that the milk was overflowing. Two, but Adhishrite, in the milk pan on the oven. Translation again, everyone together. Mother Yashoda then embraced Krishna, allowed him to sit down on her lap, began to look upon the face of the Lord with great love and affection. Because of her intense affection, milk was flowing from her breast. But when she saw the milk pan on the oven was boiling over, she immediately left her son to take care of the overflowing milk. Although the child was not yet fully satisfied with the drinking of the milk of his mother's breast. Purport?
We have to remaining people have to continue.
Hmm?
Remaining people have to continue. Whoever did.
That was never a thing.
Din Taran Prabhu read.
Everything in the household affairs of Mother Yashoda was meant for Krishna. Although Krishna was drinking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda, when she saw that the milk pan in the kitchen was overflowing, she had to take care of it immediately. And thus she left her son, who then became very angry, and not having been fully satisfied with drinking the milk of her breast. Sometimes one must take care of more than one item of important business for the same purpose. Therefore, Mother Yashoda was not unjust when she left her son to take care of the overflowing milk. On the platform of love and affection, it is the duty of the devotee to do one thing first and other things later. The proper intuition by which to do this is given by Krishna. Tesham
Sadayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te.
Krishna consciousness, everything is dynamic. Krishna guides the devotee in what to do first and what to do next on the platform of absolute truth.
Jai. Welcome, Vatsal Prabhu. You're right on time. So, yes, we are reading this beautiful pastime of. What is the name of the pastime? Damodar Leela. Yes. Now that you started singing, Namameshwaram Satchidananda Rupam. And then what is the next line? Translation?
I pay my respectful obeisances unto the Lord who is Satchidananda.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed Kundalam Gokul Rajamanam.
Whose earrings dance and shine
Yeah.
when he
Earrings
flees.
dance and shine as he goes around in his Gokula pastime.
Yes. Yes, so this is the starting of, we are not yet there, where Krishna will go around Gokul and his mother will try to catch him. But this is the starting of the pastime where Mother Yashoda is busy churning the butter, what do you call it? I always forget this. It said yogurt here, but churning butter.
Churn the yogurt to take butter, make butter out.
Yes, churn yogurt to make butter. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Actually,
Now,
the word translation, it says dadi.
Dadi.
Means yogurt.
Dadi means yogurt. But what is Prabhupada translating here? Dadi yogurt, actually, yes. Churn the yogurt. Churning the yogurt will get butter, yes. But how did Mother Yashoda come to this point of churning yogurt herself? She's actually a queen, right? She's not supposed to do this. She has many maid servants. And from past couple of weeks, I was listening to Radha Govind Maharaj, and he was doing this, full katha on Damodar Leela for 7 days. So he started with this. He speaks very sweetly. If you want to listen, please go and listen to him. Oh my God, it's full of nectar. So he was mentioning that Mother Yashoda, she never churned yogurt until this point. So this is her first time churning yogurt. And why is she doing that? Because she's receiving a lot of complaints. We were reading the pastimes before this pastime that what Krishna used to do, you know. He used to go around and steal butter, break pots, pass stool and urine someone's place. And Krishna, and this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by the way, just to remind you. This is not some ordinary child. And he is doing all this. And Mother Yashoda, obviously, she's getting a lot of complaints that what is your child doing? You know, he's coming and stealing butter and also making a lot of mess. So then she thought that maybe Krishna doesn't like yogurt or butter that is made at my place. And why is that? Because the dasis, they might not be paying attention, to how the yogurt is churned. So Mother Yashoda was like, let me do it myself. Okay, let me do it very nicely so that Krishna doesn't go anywhere and he is satisfied in my place and he will eat butter to his full satisfaction. So that was the intention behind churning yogurt herself. So now she started churning. Now that is the beautiful description here. Yani yani hagitani. So she's churning the yogurt, but what is she doing? She's singing pastimes of Krishna. Pastimes of Krishna in a poetic form. In purport, Prabhupada beautifully writes that if you want to remember something constantly, actually I'll read Prabhupada's word only. It was formerly a custom that if one wanted to remember something constantly, he would transform it into poetry or have this done by a professional poet. So, if you don't want to forget something, you have to poeticize it. That is what Prabhupada says, that you have to make it in poet so that you never forget it. How many of us, we remember songs? Everyone, right? We remember songs. And sometimes we don't even try to remember it. We just sing it and we remember it. Why? Because it is in a melody, it is in a poetic form. And I personally, when I remember verses, it's because I sing those verses. I don't remember the verse completely, but I remember the melody. So when I start to sing or say a verse, it automatically comes. It flows. So it's very beautiful that we have all our scriptures in a poetic form actually. These are Bhagavad Gita, right? So it's a Geet. And then Srimad Bhagavatam, it's also in a poetic form, So we are very lucky. We can actually sing these verses and memorize these verses. So the work is already done. And we have a lot of inspiration to actually, if we want to remember something, we can make poems out of it. We can write poems for Krishna. We have Maharaj who has written books, full of poems. So we can take inspiration from him. And he also, sometimes, he will just come to the class and he will say that, okay, today we'll write 2 lines of poem. Whatever, however, you just write it. So what he is trying to do, he is trying to inspire us to write. He's trying to inspire us to, get in the mood of a poet. Why? Because we have to do it. And can anyone tell why we have to do it? It's not an option. We have to get in the mood of poems and writing poets, being poet and writing poems. Why?
Discipline session, everyone was doing it, so we have to.
That is one thing, yes.
Creative expression of your emotions.
Creative expression, okay. What is our destination? Where do we want to go? Golok Vrindavan? Okay, most of us Golok Vrindavan. What is the nature of Golok Vrindavan?
Every step is a dance and every word is a song. Every sentence is
Yes, every word is a song and every step is a dance. So dancing and singing is our main thing, because that is what we will do when we reach Golok Vrindavan. Uh, it is there in Brahma Samhita actually. Cannot remember the verse.
Is it Goloka Eva Nimashata?
Yes, something like that. Yes. You can. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Katha, Ganam, Natyam, Gamanam. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So, beautiful descriptions of Golok Vrindavan, where every step is a dance. And Krishna, if you, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere from some devotee that Krishna, when he walks, he doesn't walk normally. We walk normally. But how he walks like a mad elephant who is intoxicated. You know how a mad elephant, in Hindi we call it madhosh. So he walks like that. Like that. So Krishna walks, even if he wants to walk normally, he cannot. He just walks like that. So I'm not telling you to imitate Krishna like that, but dancing, Maharaj, he's very much in line with what we are supposed to do. He is always encouraging us to dance, to sing. Why? Because that is what we are asking Krishna. That I want to come to Golok Vrindavan. And what will you do there? Sit there or stand like a pillar? No. You will dance, you will sing. So yes, that is one thing. So Mother Yashoda, she was doing that. And here we can understand what is Krishna consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness? You cannot help but think about Krishna. There is no other choice, no other option. Like even if you want to think of something else, you cannot do it. When Uddhav, he went to gopis and he was trying to give them knowledge about that, oh, Krishna is within you and you remember the super soul within you, this and that, and you will never be separated from Krishna. Gopis are like, the problem is not that we cannot remember Krishna, the problem is that we cannot forget him. So this is Vraj, this is Vrindavan, that they cannot forget Krishna. Mother Yashoda, whatever she is doing, she can never forget Krishna. So that is our goal also, that we are not there. Our thing is opposite. Even if we want to remember Krishna, we have to really work very hard towards it. When we are chanting, what we want to do? We want to remember Krishna. But it's a struggle. So we can see, the difference between consciousness, Krishna consciousness and our consciousness. So, but, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Krishna, Radharani, one day, someday, we'll be able to do that. And it is painful that we want to remember Krishna. Sometimes we really want to remember Krishna, but our mind is a very big obstacle. It doesn't allow. But I can tell you one secret by which you can overpower your mind. Your mind will not trouble you. Want to know? You just keep trying and pray to Krishna. And eventually, you will not even realize that my mind is not troubling me. You'll be shocked that, oh, what is this? And there is a very beautiful stage where you'll be just absorbed in Krishna's pastime or his names, his glories. So that is there. So now everyone will start writing poems from this day. I'm not forcing anyone, but just try writing something, maybe one line, something. Because we all know about Krishna, right? We all know something about Krishna. So we can try writing about, writing it in a poetic form. that will help us remember Krishna. That will help us. And I just want to mention this. I was preparing for the class just from yesterday evening, not a lot of time, but constantly this Damodar Leela was running in my mind. Why? Because I I know that I have to give this class. I have to speak something. So you can also set something like, okay, I have to. You can ask me to schedule you for a Bhagavatam class so that you can remember Krishna. Not that not so that people can glorify you, or it's not like that. So that you can remember Krishna. It's a very beautiful time, I can tell you. Giving class is like, now there's a little anxiety also that now I have to sit in a Vyasasana and speak about Krishna, but it's very beautiful that you are in that mind that, oh, I have to, okay, what more can I speak about Damodar Leela? What else? And then you hear about Krishna's pastimes, you read about him. So it's a very beautiful phase. You're completely absorbed in that. So everyone should try and give classes. I would also like to hear from you, about. I know everyone, this is a very famous pastime, and everyone has heard many, many stories, many, 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 many Bhagavatam classes on this, and from different speakers. You might have also, recently we had Damodar month, Kartik month, so you've had some realizations. So you can also share if anyone wants to add on to something. I have something more, but I would like to hear from you. Anything? Yes.
So today while we are reading this verse, like exactly in the third line, no, in the second word, like you got stuck, and like it's a bit difficult to pronounce that particular word. When we are doing that, I was thinking, what is this word like? And after like we are reading synonyms, like putting Krishna aside, that is very difficult. Okay. So like yes, it's difficult.
Yes.
Putting Krishna aside is difficult. The point that you cover. So forgetting Krishna is difficult. Like we have to be like. So I just related that with this.
And it is actually difficult. If you see, it was not possible. It was not possible for us to forget Krishna. Krishna had to make many, many arrangements for us to forget him. Give us a material body, give us this crazy mind, false ego, whatnot, for us to forget him. So it was not easy. But it is easy to remember Krishna. If we just have a genuine, desire to remember Krishna, we will be able to remember him. And it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. What else? Yes. So I was listening to Radha Govind Maharaj. Mostly whatever I'll speak will be from his lectures because I was listening to him. So he was telling that many people, they want to see Krishna. They want to see God. Okay, show me God. Where is God? And then he quoted Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He used to say that, why do you want to see Krishna? You act in such a way that Krishna wants to see you. So that is what Mother Yashoda was doing. She was doing her service in such a way that Krishna wanted to see her. So we all can do this. We all can act in such a way that Krishna wants to meet us. Krishna wants to see us. Right? And now, some or many things in Braj Leela are contradictory to our scriptures also. How? In our scriptures it is written that, Krishna is self-satisfied, right? He's, what do you call it in Sanskrit? Atmaram. Atmaram. And he's full in himself. He's always blissful. He's always, enjoying things like that. Now, if you see here, Krishna, he's getting hungry. He has a spiritual body, he is self-satisfied, fully satisfied. So how is he getting hungry? I was reading this book called Damodar Janni by Shivram Swami Maharaj, in which he's beautifully mentioning that, see, God, he is full in himself. He doesn't need anything. But why is he having this desires of being hungry, or wanting to sleep, or fearfulness, anxiety, and he's experiencing all these emotions? Why is he experiencing that? Because his devotees wants him to experience that emotions. Why is he getting hungry? Because Mother Yashoda wants to feed Krishna. That is why Krishna is getting hungry. If Mother Yashoda doesn't want to feed Krishna, then Krishna will not get hungry. It is a deep point if you understand that Krishna doesn't need anything. But why is he doing things? For his devotees. So that he can also enjoy that mellow, that rasa, and the devotees also can enjoy that mellow. So there's no need for Krishna to do anything, but he does it just to enjoy those pastimes with his devotees. So when he was on battlefield with Arjun, because I saw this picture, I remembered that scene. Now Bhishma Pitama is determined to kill Arjun, right? He's fighting very ferociously and he's wanting to kill Arjuna. Now Krishna, he's in anxiety that if I don't do anything, this guy will kill Arjun. And how can I let my devotee die in front of me? So he is in anxiety. Now, how can anxiety come in Krishna? There's no way, But because devotee is in danger, that's why. So, and the other day we were talking with, I was talking with Vishesh, and we were discussing how our relationship with Krishna has to be very personal. In the beginning, or you can say when we start practicing devotional service, it's very impersonal. Very, very impersonal. How? You don't care how Krishna is feeling. You don't care if he's a person or not. You treat him like an object, or you treat him as, he's some energy. Like, we treat him like that. How is that? When we go to him, what we do, we ask for something, or we are always thinking of ourselves. We are not thinking of how he's feeling. Or whenever we are doing some service, or let's assume we are doing chanting. Okay, we all chant. So we are chanting. Now, if we are not attentive, or if we are just not present there, we are not thinking of how Krishna will feel. I'm calling him, but I'm not fully present here. I'm not really paying attention to my chanting. I'm not paying attention to Krishna. Now, imagine this in a material circumstance. You have your beloved. Okay, imagine, not brahmacharis, don't imagine that. But you, okay, yes, you, imagine you have, we all have mother and father. So imagine you call your mom, you call your dad, okay. You're calling them with so much love, so much affection, you're calling them. Now when they are coming, and then you are in your phone doing something, or you're just looking around, not talking to them, not paying attention, how will they feel? Right? How will they feel? This is how Krishna feels. And I'm stressing this point, Krishna feels pain. When we do something hurtful, Krishna feels the pain. When we show some love, Krishna feels that affection. When we genuinely pray to Krishna, Krishna is listening, he is smiling, We may not able to see this, but if you pay close attention, you will be able to feel this. And we all have our own experiences. I don't have to go into details and ask you to remember that. We all have experienced this. So when we are doing something, when we are doing something good, if Krishna feels happiness, when we are doing something bad, Krishna also feels the pain. Like when we commit offenses against devotees, Krishna feels the pain. Krishna is feeling sad. That why are my devotees quarreling? Why are my devotees fighting? Why cannot they live together, serve me in harmony? Why not? So Krishna is feeling that pain. So whenever we say any harsh word to a devotee, whenever we criticize a devotee, whenever anything like that comes in our mind, immediately this thought should come. Do I want to hurt Krishna? Do I want him to feel that pain? No, right? And why no? Because Krishna doesn't want us to also feel like that. See, many times when we think that, oh, Krishna has sent us here in this material world, he wants us to suffer. Hare Krishna doesn't want us to suffer. He's doing all that is possible, everything possible for us to come to him, for us to realize that this is not the place for us to live. Please come back. He's doing everything possible. But it is, us, we who are very adamant, very strongly holding on to this material world. We don't want to go there. Otherwise, someone asked Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, how long does it take to be Krishna conscious? How long does it take? Prabhupada said, 1 moment. You can be Krishna conscious in 1 moment. There's one more answer also. He said it takes around 40 years to become Krishna conscious. That is a different story. He was talking on practical terms also, yes. But yeah, we all should realize that Krishna is a person and we should have a personal relationship with Krishna, not an impersonal relationship. So that is the point that I want to stress. And what else? Now, Mother Yashoda was, shunning, and she was very happy. And yes, she was really absorbed in that. So she was not even opening her eyes. Like this, she was shunning. And she didn't even realize that Krishna was standing in front of her. Can we remember one more pastime where this happened, where a devotee was praying to Krishna, calling him, but when Krishna was there in front of the devotee didn't realize that, oh, Krishna is here. Anyone? Can we remember a pastime like that from Srimad Bhagavatam? I'll give a hint. That devotee is also a child. Dhruva Maharaj, exactly, yes. So Dhruva Maharaj was meditating on Krishna within his heart, right? And when Krishna appeared in front of him, he was not opening his eyes. So what Krishna had to do? Had to disappear from his heart. So then he was disturbed, and then he opened his eyes, and then he saw Krishna in front of him. So now, to bring Mother Yashoda out of that meditation, what Krishna had to do? No. That is after. But what did Krishna do to catch attention of Mother Yashoda? He got hold of that churning rod. So when Mother Yashoda was not able to move that rod, and then she opened her eyes that, what is this? Then she saw Krishna. And she was actually very happy that Krishna was able to hold that rod, because she realized that, oh, my child has become so strong. He can hold a rod and I cannot move it. So he's very strong now. So she's very happy like that. And now that she is seeing, and Krishna is not speaking right now. Krishna and Mother Yashoda is also not speaking. It's just eye-to-eye connection, heart-to-heart connection. They are just communicating through their heart. Now Krishna is looking at Mother Yashoda, And she immediately realizes that he's hungry and now he wants to drink milk. So then she immediately takes Krishna, puts him on her lap, and then starts feeding Krishna. And while feeding Krishna, she's looking at Krishna very affectionately with so much love. And milk is actually flowing from her breast automatically. And Radhagovind Maharaj was talking about Acharyas, they give commentary that now everyone is aware that everything in the spiritual world is conscious, is Chinmay, right? There's nothing like matter there. Here in the material world, there's a difference between spirit and matter. This is matter, we are spirit, and there's a difference, right? I hit the table, cannot feel anything. But in spiritual world, it's different. Everything that is there in Krishna's service is conscious and is spiritual. So now the milk in Mother Yashoda's breast is also conscious. So now what is milk thinking? That now Mother Yashoda is churning this yogurt so nicely, and now Krishna will eat this yogurt and he will neglect us. He will not drink the milk. So now the milk is out of that anxiety, is flowing out. That now it's a waste. My life is waste because I'm not able to serve Krishna. And then this happens. Now Krishna starts drinking the milk. Now what happens is the other milk that was boiling on the pan, now that milk also gets anxious. And that milk is like, now Krishna is drinking milk of Mother Yashoda. Now what will happen to me? Now Krishna will not drink me. So then that milk decides to commit suicide actually. So the milk is wanting to jump out of the pan and commit suicide. There's no point in my existence. Let me just commit suicide. So when that milk starts coming up, then Mother Yashoda realizes that I have to save that milk. And then she leaves Krishna and goes and saves that milk. But can we catch on these beautiful emotions that this milk is experiencing? That if they are not coming in service of Krishna, they feel like they are useless, right? And how beautiful it is if we feel like, if I'm not able to serve Krishna, there's no point in my existence. Why should I exist if I'm not able to serve Krishna? And this is all out of love and affection. When first I heard about everything is conscious in the spiritual world, I was bewildered. I was like, what is this? And I was not able to fathom it. And I was like, I will never become milk, or I will never become a flower. It feels like there's not much you can do. You cannot speak, you cannot eat, this is all sense gratification. You cannot do a little bit of sense gratification if you think like that. And I was like, no, I cannot be like that. And then I started hearing more, and I realized that it's not that you're bound to be that thing, or you are happily being that thing. You're very blissful. You're just blissed out being a particle of soil. Because why? You're always in that weight of when Krishna will touch me, when will I get touch of Krishna, when will Krishna walk on me. So you're always thinking like that. And just by thinking that, you're blissful. And what to say when Krishna actually touches you? Similarly, trees are in that mood also. They're always waiting for Krishna's touch. They're waiting for Krishna's touch. When will Krishna come and touch me? And they're always waiting, and they're blissful while waiting. And then I realized, and they're also thinking. They can think. They can do certain things. Like in Shantaras, you cannot do a lot of things, but it is said that when Krishna and Balaram, they used to walk, the trees, they used to bend with the help of wind, and they used to pay obeisances. So they can also do. And then this milk, you see, they can also commit suicide. So they have some will. And I'm not scaring you guys to go in that, be in that state. But what I'm trying to say is that whatever you are, whatever rasa you are in the spiritual world, you will be happy and blissful, for sure. That is guarantee that not I'm giving, but Srimad Bhagavatam and everyone is. I can also say on behalf of Srimad Bhagavatam, yes. So how beautiful it is. And where was I? Milk committing suicide. Yes. So now Mother Yashoda left Krishna's side. Oh, okay, milk is important. Now Krishna is like, I, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is coming here. Why? To drink the milk of Mother Yashoda's breast. And what is she doing? She's leaving me alone and going to save some milk. So that milk is more important than me. In this house, there's no value for me. And he's actually very angry. Fake tears are coming from his eyes. And he's biting his lips. When we get very angry, we are like, Satguru does that sometimes. So then Krishna picks up, and now Krishna, now he's wanting his mother to feel that pain that he's feeling. So what he's looking around, what can I do? And he sees that butter pot. She's working very hard on this since a very long time. I want to break this pot. I want to break this pot. He picks up a small stone and he breaks the pot. Now, immediately after he breaks the pot, I don't want to jump ahead in the pastime. I don't want to steal the script from other speakers who are coming after me. But immediately after he does this, he's feeling the fear. He's being fearful now. Because he knows, now I'm in trouble. And one thing that I also want to say is that I heard it from one of my gurus, is that Krishna in Vrindavan is more human than human. And he is more human than God. You can see time and again, he is getting angry, he is crying, he's what all he's doing? He's being fearful. This is everything that we feel, right? So Krishna is very much human. And if we see outside Vrindavan, he is very much Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, he's saying that, no verse is coming in my mind, but he's saying that I am the controller, I am the seed-giving father, I am this, I am that, I create this, I create that. Krishna is not like that in Vrindavan. Krishna is happy being a little boy of Mother Yashoda. Am I going over? Sorry, I'm very sorry. I didn't realize I was going over time. But yes, one last point is that Krishna is, outside Vrindavan, Krishna is God. But in Vrindavan, Krishna is just a cowherd boy. And why? Because his devotees, they want him to be like that. And Krishna also wants to be like that. And he's more happy being that cowherd boy than being God outside. And we can see how, who is more closer to him in terms of relationship. We can see that Vrajvasis are closest to Krishna. And Vrindavan Dham is closest to his heart. And Krishna never leaves Vrindavan actually. Never leaves Vrindavan. And how we can understand Krishna in Vrindavan and Krishna outside Vrindavan is that Krishna in Vrindavan is like Krishna at home. Krishna outside Vrindavan is like Krishna in the office. So when we are in the office, we are more formal, we have rules, regulations, this and that. One beautiful analogy is coming in. I'll just share that and I'll end it. So when a prime minister is ruling the country in the office, he's a prime minister, he's the authority, he has power, he will give command and things will happen. But that same Prime Minister, when he's at home and he's playing with his grandchild or granddaughter, he will become a horse, and they will ride on his back. They will pass stool, they will pass urine in his clothes, and they will make it dirty. But that will make the Prime Minister more happy than ruling that country. Same applies here. Krishna is more happy being a child, a gopa in Vrindavan, and being teased by gopis, being teased by uh, his friends, being chased by his mother. Krishna is very happy doing this. So it is easy to understand Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, but before that it is recommended that we read Krishna's pastimes outside Vrindavan. You finish 1 to 9 canto. Why? Because then we'll understand Krishna's greatness. One speaker, he beautifully said that to understand Krishna's sweetness, you need to understand Krishna's greatness first. Because when you understand Krishna's greatness, the sweetness will be sweeter. So, with that, I would just like to end. Sorry, whoever wants to go can go, and if we have any questions, I can answer those questions, and then we can end it. Right. Any questions? No questions? Then?
Not question. Actually, I can share the realization.
Sure, please. They want to hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. No, you were mentioning about nothing is matter in the spiritual planets. That reminded me of I used to watch this animated film with my sister. It's called Beauty and the Beast, and in that all the candles and then all the things were like all dance, like they all animate creatures. So it reminded me of that. Like, if you want to see the closest example of how it will be there, and let's see a candle, or it will be like some dancing with Shrimati Radharani or Krishna. So it's even more joyful in that matter as well. Even if you think you're matter here, you're going to be something very different, like a static one. So that is very interesting. And my question was actually that so I was asked this question by somebody that if Vrindavan was such a beautiful place and a big dham, why is it like this now? Why is it so why is Govardhan does not look like Govardhan mentioned in the Shastra, or why has it changed so much? Or why has the dham changed so much? What is the reason why? So this is a question. So if you are listening on YouTube, that person, answer this.
Yes, it is because the dhams, they are actually what do you call it? Not shrinking, but
For example, like if you see Govardhan Ram, as compared to the description, it's completely different.
for sure, dhams are there. They're winding themselves. They're retreating. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but and one is Prakat Vrindavan, one is Aprakat Vrindavan. So what we see is Prakat Vrindavan. Everything that we see, the Govardhan, everything. Also, people, they are polluting the dham by throwing garbage, and everything that we see is there. But there is something also called Aprakat Vrindavan. So some devotees who are on a level, they can actually see the same Vrindavan that exists at Krishna's time right now also, where every tree is a desire tree, and whatever the beautiful descriptions are there is still there, but that is aprakat, and only when Krishna desires you can see that. So that is also there. But yes, I don't have a complete. If anyone has an answer, they can give the answer. But I've heard from a speaker that dhams, they are winding themselves down. They are actually closing. And when the Kali Yuga progresses, the glories of dham, they will all start to diminish, and they will, it will be like that.
I thought the first places to be affected are the dhams in Kali Yuga,
Yes. Yes, so the effect of Kali Yuga is also there. If you see just from 100 or 50 years back, Vrindavan was a different place. You know, so just in 50, 100 years, this much can change. So you can imagine what Vrindavan was before that. So yes, and it's more about you know when you go to Dham, it's more about your consciousness than the externals. So you can be in Vrindavan, still you can be in external consciousness and material consciousness, thinking about money, thinking about all that we don't want to think in Dham. But you can be in wherever you are, and still you can think about Dham and be in the Dham. So there's a word for this also. What do you call it? Something like that. For if you are thinking about Vrindavan, then you are in Vrindavan. That's okay, but we understand the point. That yes.
If you see Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, that he is always thinking of Vrindavan, like even anyway, like in a simple tree, then he goes and looks at it, and then it becomes clear. Because always his mind is always in the unmanifested form. So.
Yes. Yes.
You usually say Manas Parikarma of Vrindavan. When you're virtually.
Yeah, like that. Yes. So our goal is to always think of Vrindavan, and yes, whenever we can be in Vrindavan. But when we think of Vrindavan always, then we are in Vrindavan. Thinking of Vrindavan and being in Vrindavan, non-different. Yes, Prabhu.
I just wanted to add that the thing you're mentioning, that how dams will be slowly vanquishing in the Kali Yuga, that thing has not started yet. I was listening to this amazing lecture by Amuk Leela Prabhu, and he was mentioning that if you see, even during Mahaprabhu's time, Radhakund and Shamkund were just two, at that time, they were just two really small kundas, which were filled with water, which was contaminated by algae. But why they were able to see it? Because they had that consciousness. Sometimes we also see people after taking some Raja or after taking a dip in Mother Yamuna, they're like, okay, we'll take shower now, we get contaminated by Yamuna. That's not the thing. The thing should be that once you take a shower from Yamuna, you are not even supposed to actually use the towel because she's purifying you, right? So we don't have the consciousness to see the down, right? There was one story as well, I forgot. I heard it from a brahmachari, but I forgot which brahmachari. He was mentioning that somewhere in Chaitanya Leela it's also mentioned about Vrindavan, one person went there and he was just looking for why this dam is so good. And he just looked at a brick, and this was some Leela of Mahaprabhu. That brick was actually filled with a lot of jewels, valuable jewels. And then we have heard a story of
Akbar.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And then we have heard a story of Sanatan Goswami as well. He had Chintamani stone, right? Most precious jewel, I'll say. But that is nothing in compared, because we don't have. Again, Krishna mentioning, I actually wrote this verse while you were talking in 7:25 Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavrita. So Dam is also known from Krishna. He hides himself, and the Buddhas cannot understand that.
For sure, yes. And they'll go and make reels there, content creation.
We start judging Brajavasis. Oh, these guys are doing nonsense.